Alright, what's up YouTube? I am back with more Control. We are still in the Foundation. We're supposed to be done with this place, but we have this one side quest that is bugged out. And, well, still bugged out after closing the game completely, reopening it, deleting it, reinstalling it. I'm not even sure what to do anymore. I looked it up on Reddit. And one solution I'm seeing is that apparently the cards should have respawned and I can go and pick them all up again. That's what I'm going to try and do. I just can't remember where they were. I think there was one in here. Was there? Maybe not. I think there was one in here. Yeah. It does look like they're kind of respawned a little bit. I just don't remember. That's 3 of them. Where did I pick up the other 2? I'm trying to work here, yo. Here's 1. So it's 4, right? There's just 5th one should be somewhere. I want to say that one of them was through a gap in the wall. No, here we go. Finally! Alright.
From the layer of dust on this place, nobody's swept here in years.
Finally,
Not even
progress.
Monty. No way he'd stand for this. There's an elevator, which I'm sure is super safe, in a space in each terminal for an ID card. But which card goes where?
How do we even tell? Each ID card was for a different person, huh? Chief Excavation Engineer, Head of Research, Security Chief, Senior Cartographer, Lead Physicist. Wait. Security chief is probably the one with the gun? Maybe? Is it the stuff on the desk? It has to be. There's like no other indicator of what else it would be. Got a typewriter. Some documents. Head of research. We've got computers, a lot of books. Maybe that's head of research. I'll come back to that. We got lights, pickaxes. This is excavation. We got a map. Sounds like enemies spawned in there, or out there. Which means this one's the physicist? No, I think I have it wrong.
Physicist would probably have instruments or something. For physics. It worked.
There we go. We were close. Nah, I'm not even gonna bother with whatever's going on out there. Basement lab. We get to see what's down here. Find Dr. Ash's notes.
Dust. Still, this lab's way tinier than any of Darwin's.
Is there more? Shield injury energy recovery. I'm not sure what that did. Interesting. So we have a random valve returned. Nothing else anywhere.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
There's an astral spike in there, isn't there? Oh, there better not be. Is this the room? Need you on my side, sir. Gosh dang it. That is one annoying enemy. Come on, duck. Gosh dang it. I hate that she, like, can't, start to charge Pierce without standing up. Like, why can't she stay crouched? Okay. No, we're good. We're good. Can't help but wonder if charge would be better. Charge and shatter. Just to try and ammo health recovery on melee hits. Nice. Jeez. Can't even step out for a second. Mess me up. It's really just like a guessing game. Where is it going to pop up next? That is one annoying enemy. Alright. Good to know that charge makes quick work of it.
This looks like the nail, only mini.
The mini nail. Interesting.
A document. Is this in some kind of code? Can't read a word of it.
Northmore final warning to Dr. Theodore Ash Jr. As Director of the Federal Bureau of Control and chosen representative / liaison / benefactor of the greater authority of the board, I demand your immediate withdrawal from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff called for swift reassignment of all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the board itself. This is their house and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally, such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but out of respect for your late father, consider this instead my final warning. The board and Director Ash chose me as successor to the office, and no amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, and by extension, better than the board. Permit me to assure you that this is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. Sounds a little bit like someone's having a control freak moment.
I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
Like, what's one dude staying down in the Foundation gonna do? Kind of disappointed that there's not something with this. Can't like touch it or. And what was that valve all about? Hold up. Do I have to turn it again? No. That's weird. Let's just go to Upper Warehouse, because that's the nearest. Well, that's a control point that I know I can get to without triggering any combat. Even if it kind of takes a while. Whoa. That's a revelation. We can stop the... We can stop the elevator by interacting with the button. Huh. That would have made the 4 red things a lot easier. Alright, take me to the crossroads. See what Emily has to say about the documents we found.
If it isn't my favorite director,
I found Ash's secret lab.
Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed
I didn't see
dedicated to
that.
studying a kinda smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? It looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy. This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse.
You got something to say now?
If you're not gonna listen to me, then you better go figure out how to stop this. There's no telling what could happen if the vibrations escalate.
Has the nail been doing anything since we restored it?
Define anything.
Anything unusual?
Define unusual.
Emily.
Sorry, but the answer is a whopping yes. Now that it's whole, the nail is emitting a constant field of, well, think of it like low-level radiation. It seems to suppress any biological matter it encounters. This explains why nothing grows here and why the Bureau had to abandon the area. Prolonged exposure would certainly begin affecting neural processes.
Wait. Was the field created when I cleansed the nail?
I considered that, but the nail's readings are quite different from the ones I recorded at the cleanse control points. I think the nail's field is purely of its own making. In fact, I think it would passively prevent any His corruption, like the HRAs do. Which makes me wonder what actually occurred when you cleansed the nail.
I've been wondering about that myself. Did the board let the hiss corrupt the nail? Did they want me to cleanse it? If so, why? What do you know about an entity named Former?
I can't say I've heard of it. You got any details for me?
Well, imagine a one-eyed bug thing. I think it was a part of the board, but then something happened and now it's separate?
Interesting. See, I always wondered if the board was some sort of entity or group or conglomerate of linked consciousnesses, but this supports the group theory. Although it could have undergone some sort of corporeal exile. Too many unknowns to form a working hypothesis yet, but I can prioritize this matter in future astral dives if you think it's important.
Fortune favors the prepared. Do it. What do you know about Director Northmore?
Well, he was Director Trench's predecessor, and Northmore's famous for being the first board-appointed director. See, before we found the oldest house, directors were picked by committees of old men in suits, drinking cognac and smoking cigars or whatever. You know, standard, uninteresting methods.
I think the word you're looking for is bureaucratic.
Or antiquated. Regardless, Northmore was eventually forced to... Well, we don't need to go into that. Strangely, the only two board-appointed directors left the position under unusual circumstances. If the board appoints a director, then how do they retire them? I doubt they go out and buy you a gold watch. Sorry, Jesse, I didn't mean to imply that...
Don't worry. If anyone's getting shown the door, it's them.
That is an interesting
I'm
concept.
gonna keep looking around.
I wish I could go with you, but I still need 30 hours of training before I can do field work.
We'll work on that.
Well, I guess that is it for the Foundation DLC. I don't think... Yeah, there's no more locations that look like... I think we've been everywhere. We've done all the quests. We're done with it. I was hoping there'd be something with the mini nail, but... I guess that's it. 4 ability points. Let's put them in. 30% shield strength. So next, it is time to start the next DLC. Finally. And make our way to Central Executive.
Careful out there, Director.
The sector elevator.
Darkness engulfed the elevator.
Alan Wake?
There was something there. A
No
presence.
way.
Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss, so it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away, and made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too, a hunger in the dark, not unlike the hostile resonance, waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
That was cool, actually. That was a cool little crossover. Is this DLC? Does this have something to do with Alan Wake? That's insane. I saw that Alan Wake 2 is getting a DLC that ties into Control, the Federal Bureau of Control. Like, I don't know much details about it.
Reaching for her, trying to make her act. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man, a hunger in the dark. Investigation Sector.
Investigation Sector, huh? We should check this out.
And I think, on that note, Alan Wake 2 has been added to my to-do list. Investigation Sector. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. So it looks like we're going straight into the bridge area.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not. Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Missing agents. Mr. Kirkland, here are latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, Researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Backed up. Wow, slip of the tongue. Backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Missing agents, huh? Can I? Oh. I can take... This is the first time I've seen that, where I can actually take those off of the power generators. We have a lot of notes in here. Darling investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation D0845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of anonymous reports regarding inhumane treatment of a captive currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of investigations sector personnel seem to be wholly unaware of any such being contained there. One person confirmed something's codename to be, I think we'll figure this out as we go, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the something research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. Interesting. Casey inquiry. I'm gonna just put this one up on the screen. Maybe I'll just skim over it real quick. Actually, no, this might be... A request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I have some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with writer's fiction coming true. Interesting. So Alan Wake's character is alive, or is this Alan Wake attempting to make contact? Oh man, there are so many documents here. Whole lot of reading to do. 34 minutes. Should I just power through it? Oh boy. Tractor supplement. New altered item. Nice. Bureau William male Caucasian, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries to the head, lacerations to the left ear and cheek, blunt force injuries to his extremities, dislocation of the right knee, complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma in the abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from scene. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Mr. Burroughs' death is not the result of mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Interesting. Resignation letter. I'm gonna just go ahead and skimmed over that. Doesn't seem super important. Staffing issue. Increase in AWE cases. Process more. You need to give us more people. Simple math. So basically, they are short-staffed with too much information to go over to keep up with all the AWEs that are happening, is what I gathered. I think that is that everything? We got one of these. Keystone inspection. We stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. So they're looking for deserters. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I remember seeing that symbol in the Ocean View Motel. It was on one of the doors. Oh, are we going back there? Are we gonna see what's behind one of the extra doors? Interesting. Interesting. Tractor procedures. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. It is a Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrough, owner of the Burrough Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrough beneath his tractor. Police panicked but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authority were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Great, we have a killer tractor on the loose. Wonderful. And we're probably going to deal with it here, aren't we? Prime candidate program. Too much is redacted. Breach of the Ash Act. Interesting. I'm gonna try.
Now that gate should open.
Oh, I didn't even know the gate was gonna be. It's gonna be closed. Damage boost. Trench official warning. Growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you're head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen? Holding a dangerous specimen. What's the dangerous specimen? In investigations, the containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. Don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The prime candidate program only failed because of Darling. Were both failures plotting against me? Is that paranoia, or were they actually plotting against them? They were actually plotting against him. Interesting. Underhill background. put that up on the screen for a second. Dr. Underhill. Oh, that's the girl down in the pit. She's a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. She served with no incidents or demerits, no known connections to paracriminal organizations, or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. She left the Bureau? Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of the ongoing relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector. No compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer... Interesting. So she left and she came back for the mold. And she and Darling were apparently a little involved. One more. Cauldron Lake update. It happened again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our team. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. Why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a Bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on this list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Cauldron Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this shit hits again, and I want to be prepared. Yeah, this is an Alan Wake DLC in Control, which is honestly a little exciting to me. So what did unplugging this do? What was this supposed to be powering? Oh. Yeah, we don't need light. We're fine. We don't need light. One more document. Specimen escape assessment. The purpose of internal investigation X0397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of 301 agents. Probably not that high, but you know what? If they're going to blank it out, I'm going to put some numbers in there. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. So, Mrs. Wake's present. I'm assuming. Interesting. So they were trying to contain... We don't know what it is yet, but something was being contained here, and it escaped. And that's probably going to be a huge part of this DLC, like what it's all about.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
So many documents. Oh my gosh. Just this huge dump of information right at the beginning. We have barely seen what this floor is all about. A production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based speaker named Chester Blessed was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. Blessed. Interesting. I think that's... If I remember right, that's the company that was using the movie camera to create, well, movies. Ah, I knew we were going back there. The Ocean View Motel.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake.
Alan Wake, who fell in the lake, who has a story for us to partake.
Who are you?
I remember this from my playthrough of the first game.
Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink.
Night Springs. Was that Dr. Darling? Oh man. You guys have no idea the chills I've got over here.
Endless. Darkness. Nothing holds still.
We're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding.
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
He is him, dude. Oh man, I was hoping we'd get to go in that room.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here? And
Oh, but this is that
Thomas
symbol.
Zane was with him.
The two circles with the dot in the
Wait.
middle.
No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
I would love to see what's behind some of these other doors. If that's Alan Wake, then what are these other... What other IPs does this developer have ties to? I wonder... I'm gonna do some research between episodes, kind of see if maybe I can figure it out. But that would be a really cool... Oh, hello. We normally can't see outside of the Ocean View Motel. But now we can kind of see a curb and just darkness. Is it a parking lot? Is it a train platform? Oh, this is very intriguing. And usually there's some kind of music in here. It's kind of eerie. Ooh. Oh, am I turning the things off? That was going on? Oh. Why do I feel like it's gonna like jump scare us? That's the vibe I'm getting right now. Is it like something's gonna pop out and I'm gonna be a little bitch? It's gonna make me scream.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured. Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector.
So the thing that was contained but escaped is from Alan Wake.
Waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance.
The
It shouldn't
hiss.
be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Interesting.
Hungry darkness became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could. Lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. A resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Very interesting indeed. I kind of wonder if I can make it over there. Like, probably not. Oh no. Are you for real? And of course I'm gonna want to check and see if those doors open. So there's no going that way. Well, enjoy your eternity on that bridge. Unable to go anywhere. Ooh, I don't know if I want to go this way. Oh, what a unfortunate way to go out. Being crushed by a giant slate of astral material.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
Nothing in here. No hidden rooms. Oh boy.
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do even want to know.
Alright, this is a great place to end this one. This is probably going to be my only upload for the day, just because I got some stuff I need to do tonight. But I'm going to really dive into this starting tomorrow. I'm excited. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. This has been good. This is the Control AWE DLC. I am beyond excited to really go into this. I will see you all next time. Hope you all have a good one. Peace out, y'all.